Stay tuned for Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. For a remarkable 24th straight season, the Detroit Red Wings will have a chance to hoist the Stanley Cup. It's an incredible playoff streak that's historic in North America. Tonight, the final tune-up of the regular season will help determine an opponent for the postseason. Where will the wing wheel fly? Find out next as Detroit Red Wings hockey begins now on Fox Sports Detroit. There's Alexei Marchenko, the promising right-handed defenseman called up from Grand Rapids. Will play his 13th game of the season and be paired on defense tonight with Danny DeKeyser. Back in the old days, Game 82 was often pointless. It's no longer that way literally nor figuratively. The Red Wings need a point tonight here in Carolina to finish third in the Atlantic Division. Hello again, everyone. Ken Daniels alongside Mickey Redmond, who said a week and a half ago or so the Ottawa Senators would likely run the table, and darn if they haven't done that. And something about the Ottawa Senators, they remind us of Mike Babcock's team when he was with the Anaheim Ducks in 03 down the stretch. They went to the Cup final, albeit losing. They just had that certain something that you couldn't define, but they weren't going to lose.
It's been an unbelievable story over there, led by Brian Murray, who we all know is having a battle with cancer, their general manager, who's been with us for several years. And that team has just gone crazy with the goaltender, Hammond, and so on. And they've done an unbelievable job to get into the postseason. Right now, they hold that third spot, as you can see right there, with 99 points. And as Ken said, Detroit with 98 needs 1 point here tonight, minimum, to tie Ottawa. And we have the ROWs, as you see on the right-hand side, with 38. That's the first tiebreaker. Therefore, Detroit would be third and play either Tampa Bay or Montreal, who both play tonight.
But the Red Wings could still wind up playing the New York Rangers.
Yes, they can, because the Rangers are in first place with 111 points, and or 113 rather. But again, you got Boston playing tonight. They're creeping to get in. Pittsburgh can be out tonight. They're all going tonight as well. And whoever ends up in that 8th spot is going to play the New York Rangers. There isn't any question about that. So if the Detroit Red Wings don't get a point here tonight, they're going to Manhattan. And I don't like the thoughts of that.
No, nor do I. But there is no doubt, although the Red Wings are sitting some of their stars tonight in this game number 82, make no mistake about it, they do want 100 points on the season.
Mike Babcock told me we're playing to win, Mick, and we're going to win with these kids. Mrazek's going to go in goal, and all the kids are going into the lineup. You got Cleary coming back in. You got young Ferraro playing a second game or third game now in a row. On the right side, Polkonen still in. Anderson's there. Glendening, Miller, Yurko's back in the lineup with Helm and Tatar. And Weiss will go with Sheahan, who gets the number 1 center spot with Nyquist. That'll be your big line tonight. So lots of inexperience and youth in the lineup. And on the defense, there's Marchenko, you spoke of, as Cronwall, who's 24 minutes a night in change, will get a rest tonight, along with 13 and 40. Quincy still in. DeKeyser. Kendall, who seems to come in and play well, score points, and Detroit wins. Every time he's in the lineup is also in. So lots of young players. Goaltending position is on the line for the playoff tonight. If Mrazek plays well, it's probably his. So lots to play for.
Yes, Peter Mrazek won in here early in the season, so it's audition time for him in Game 82, and perhaps then he gets number 1 in the postseason. Hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the Detroit Red Wings. By Myers, save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Xfinity, your home for most live sports.
Welcome back to Raleigh for the series and season finale between the Wings and the Hurricanes. Should be a good one as the Wings look to eclipse the 100-point barrier here tonight. Earlier this afternoon, no team in NHL history had come back from being 14 points out of a playoff spot to make the playoffs until the Ottawa Senators did it earlier today, and here's how they got it done. Mark Stone, candidate for Rookie of the Year, gets his first of 2 on the evening, or the afternoon, I guess I should say, right there. Matt Reed had the lone Philly goal. He put that behind the Hamburglar right there, but it would not be enough for Philly. Jean-Gilbert Pigeot makes it 2-1. Ottawa right there, and then Mark Stone with the strip and his second of the game, 26th of the year. Ottawa on their way to the playoffs. It's just to be determined who they'll play. Same thing with the Wings. Who will they play? We're going to find out as this one wraps up in Raleigh this evening. And for the call of all the action, let's get you upstairs to Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond. Guys, take it away.
And Peter Mrazek, Cam Ward, your starting goaltenders, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. As it'll come out and be played as Ward will shoot it around and Dwyer will play it back. Red Wings start with Glendening, Ferraro, and Miller against the fourth line for Carolina with Malone, McClement, and Dwyer. Wild shot blocked in front, and a quick change here as Nyquist carries out to center. Lead feed, Sheahan in, Nyquist to the goal. That goes off Nyquist's skate. Second meeting of the week and third of the season. Red Wings won Tuesday 3-2 at the Joe. And in here December 7th, it was 3-1 for Detroit. Pavel Datsyuk, the game-winning goals in both games, but Datsyuk is absent tonight for Mike Babcock, as is Henrik Zetterberg out of the lineup, Nick Kronwall, Brendan Smith, and injured Justin Abdelkader and Eric Cole. And we don't know if Mike Babcock is even going to have him back for the start of the playoffs for Abdelkader.
No, they're certainly hoping that he is going to find a way to protect that injury, that upper body injury.
Off the draw, it goes to Ferraro, who's back out. Redmond scores! His first in the National Hockey League! Landon Ferraro makes it 1-0 Red Wings. What a time for his first NHL goal!
Did they get the puck? Well, Ferraro took a shot and got a break. It went off a defenseman, and then he just stuffed it off the pad. Ward just never got there in time. Went off the skate and the goalpost and into the net. There was the recovery of the rebound. Went off a defenseman, right back to him. And bingo, just like that. A great smile. Way to go, kid. Oy, oy, oy. Right off the hop. 48 seconds into the game. Is that any good?
So you know there's a big smile from the Ferraro household. His father, Ray, who played 18 National Hockey League seasons, and his stepmom, Cami Granato, and they're all pretty proud of Landon getting his first NHL goal here in Carolina tonight. And the Red Wings, more importantly, are in a 1-0 lead, and they need at least 1 point tonight to finish third in the Atlantic Division. So it was a quick change off the bat, and they got right back out there. Stolen by Stephen Weiss. Weiss playing some top-line minutes tonight with Nyquist and Sheahan, but right in front of the goal. And a season ago, Weiss scored one of his 2 goals here. It was an overtime winner in Carolina.
And the other thing is that Ferraro was playing on the fourth line with Glendening and Miller, and that's you don't get goals with your fourth line that often.
And he's only 407 behind Daddy.
Oh boy, that's good stuff.
Ray had 408.
I'll tell you what, we got the kitty core in there tonight with Datsyuk, Zetterberg, Smith, Kronwall, all out of the lineup.
Glendening getting the assists,
as well as Abdelkader and Cole and Franzen.
So the former teammates from Grand Rapids combined on a historic goal for Landon. Quincy put it in back of the net. Yurko got knocked down. Quick shot in from Helm. A wraparound try here down low by Tatar. You know these kids are fired up tonight. As Yurko's back in the lineup as Tatar threw one just past him. Moving in Zhidlitsky. How about that? The Red Wings with 2 defense pairs tonight with right-handed shooting defensemen on them. That's a rarity with Zhidlitsky and Marchenko both in the lineup. This will be another icing coming up here against Carolina.
Well, Mike Babcock told me coming in here yesterday, he said, we want to play, Mick. We want 100 points. And there's the reason why. I mean, this 2012-13 was a lockout year, 56 points. That prorates into about a 96-point season. That's remarkable. If they can hit it tonight. And, boy, oh boy, that's quite the run.
I'd say
for
so.
any team, let alone under one coach in today's world.
And to think in how many 10 NHL teams with 100 points this season, there could be more still to come. back in 97, 98, the second year of Red Wing consecutive cup years, there were only 4 teams with 100 points. Last season, the Red Wings clinched with 90. It took 98 this year.
That 3-point game, the teams are getting so good at protecting the lead and getting the guaranteed point and then looking for the extra in overtime of the shootout.
But I don't think anyone thought this year, again, Red Wings finished with 93 a season ago when they got in game number 80. They clinched this year. It took 98. So they finished with 93 last year, but really took 90 to clinch. It's 8 more points just to clinch.
Yeah. And imagine if they'd have been any good in the shootout. Oh, holy jumping. They'd have 105 points.
4 and 10 in the shootouts there, even if they were 500. Now they're 7 and 4 in overtime, but yeah, for sure.
But nonetheless, the bottom line is that they have this 24-year streak is a remarkable streak in professional sports, and one that the Detroit Red Wing organization can be very, very proud of.
Remember, the Red Wings were the last team in the National Hockey League to not lose 2 consecutive games, and that went well into middle of March before that finally happened. Turned over again. Glendening a shot and a stop by Cam Ward.
And just to follow up that point of all these good seasons, since the salary cap came into being, they are the only team that has not missed the playoffs. When all the salary cap stuff came into play here about 10 years ago, and that changed the whole world for everybody, but more so for the Red Wings, because at one point they had an $82 million payroll and Nashville at $26 million in Minnesota, and it was unbelievable. Now you got floors for the bottom teams. They got to spend so much, and the top teams can only spend so much there either. As you saw, our former buddy Billy Peters, who's had a tough year here. I don't think he expected that when he took this job last summer, but he's not going anywhere. He'll be here next year for this team, and they hope to get a better start and not run into injury problems with Jordan Staal going down early, and he's always a big loss on any team he's on.
Weiss pushed it in there for Shan. Gets tied up by Andre Nestrasil, former Red Wing, claimed on waivers by Carolina. Shedlitsky had it blocked. Skinner trying to get away on the left wing. Jeff Skinner right in, and a save by Mrazek. And another stop as Mrazek comes up big. Can't find it. The Hurricanes control. High shot. And Mrazek's got that.
Bingity bing.
Let go again by Skinner. And Peter Mrazek was solid in here in the win 3-1 December 7th. He made 34 saves that night.
Well, this whole thing started when Marek Shedlitsky took a little bit of time, then thought he had more time and tried to put it through Skinner and hit him, and he went on a partial breakaway, and that rebound nicely picked up right there, and a second save by Mrazek off of Lyles, it looked like, who came in from his defense position.
He last played last Sunday in the 2-1 loss at home to Washington, did Mrazek. Since blanking Tampa Bay, he's lost 3, 0-2-1, and was pulled in the other that resulted in a no decision on the island. And the Red Wings wound up scoring 4 to erase those that he had given up on just 11 shots. So this is a big night here for Peter Mrazek, because if he's solid tonight, he could be looking to be solid in game number 1, the middle of next week for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Would that be fair to say?
Well, I think it's very fair to say that Mike Babcock has tried to hand the reins off here in the last 3 weeks to either guy. And neither one of them has jumped forward and said, it's my team of horses and I'm pulling a wagon, to the point where it's guaranteed. So it wouldn't surprise me or anybody. They got to get the thing fixed. You can't have goals going in from all over the place. No matter how many you score in the NHL, you're not going to win. So if Mrazek has a good, solid night tonight, I'd say he's the odds-on favorite to start in net for Detroit next Wednesday or Thursday.
Lead pass. Glendening is in. And a good play by J.M. Lyles to get back. Put it in front, off the leg, as he tried to set up Daniel Cleary. Through the middle comes Nathan Gerby. He's small and quick. Skilled player Gerby from Oxford, Michigan. He scored at the Joe last meeting. As Ferraro has the goal here, gets it down the ice, and it'll be icing. They say he didn't get across center. He's mad at himself right there.
Well, he thought he did. So were they being overly critical of him? Wow. It was close, although it looked like. He was just a couple of feet short. They could have let that go. They do lots of times. Veteran player, they probably let it go. Rookies, they say pay the price, kid.
On the draw was Jordan Staal, but it was one back. And they'll do it all over. No, they won't. Well, it'll work its way down to Ward, the former first-round pick from 02. Now back down ice for Jordan Staal. I mentioned injured early on, injured in off-season training.
He's had some strange injuries in weird ways, too.
A preseason surgery Jordan did on a fractured right fibula. Didn't return until the end of December.
That's what that off-ice training will get you. You know how I feel about that.
No. Yeah.
But you play the games on the ice, pal, darn it. You don't win any games and get any points in the gym. The gymnasium.
I know what you mean. Back to the point here for Shedlitsky. Got it through, turning his Weiss. Big opportunity for him tonight. And Carolina's had some miscues in their own zone trying to get out, and it's been some good Red Wing pressure. There it is, Weiss all alone! Oh, and he tipped it right through, and a good save. Nicely set up by Nyquist. This line's had a few opportunities down low. That one went off Weiss, and a good recovery there by Weiss.
Well, Carolina's just trying to get too cute in their own end. They got to clean that up. That's no good.
Here's Nyquist. Heading to the goal is Helm. Shot is wide. Oh, and Ward had the pad in the right place right there to keep that one from bouncing off him into the goal. There's another shot directs to the corner. Red Wings have been relentless here early on. Datsuk and Zetterberg out of the lineup. These guys are pumped for their ice time here tonight. Saved by Mrazek. Well out on that. Tatar knocked it away up the near side. Held in here by the Hurricanes. Nestrasil. Here's Skinner. That missed. Off the bench coming in a change. Ryan Murphy avoided a hit. Got it to Nestrasil. Back of the net. Tried to play between his skates. It came in front anyway. Hustling over to get there was Eriksson to the line, but it's not out. Another chance here from Skinner. Couldn't get it. He was up there along with Keegan Lowe. That is Kevin Lowe's son playing his second NHL game. Number 45 in red tonight, the former third-round pick of Carolina. Brought in here by Patrick Dwyer. Back for Skinner. Knocked down here, Hurricanes control. Throwing back to the line for Hainsey. Into the glove of Mrazek. And we'll get a face-off and step out. So a milestone goal, the first in the National Hockey League for number 29, Landon Ferraro. The kids, Tatar, Nyquist, know they have to be better in the playoffs. That's what they're going to be judged on after last season. Tatar last year had 19 goals. Gus Nyquist led the team with 28. This year's leader in this game, number 82, Tatar with 29. Zetterberg, the point leader, with 66. Kronwall and Daniel Alfredsson led the team with 49 last year because Zetterberg and Datsuk missed so much time. Datsuk, the plus leader, Nyquist, 14 power play goals. Zetterberg also leading the team with 49 assists.
Well, tonight, Tatar and Nyquist are the guys that Mike Babcock is looking to from your forward line to be the leaders out there with Datsuk and Zetterberg out.
That puck's knocked down. Grabbed. Marchenko was dumped. Did get it ahead for Ferraro. Ward will play it for Hainsey. It's chipped out to center. Glendening tried to get back. Good recovery there by DeKeyser. Well, DeKeyser with a new defense partner tonight. On defense with Marchenko.
You imagine these two full-time on defense, Marchenko and DeKeyser, both 23 years old, 6'2", 6'3", big long range, can both skate, make a play. Holy jumping. I gotta listen. This is fun stuff when you start looking at the ages of this team. It's unbelievable. Guys on the ice tonight, and I'll give you more about this as the night goes on. Marchenko, 23. Nyquist, the old man, he and 18. Anderson, 25 and 26. Sheehan, 23. Tatar, 24. Yurko, 22, Glendening, 25, Pulkkinen, 23, DeKeyser, 25, Mrazek, 23 years old, and Ferraro, 23 years old. Holy jumping. Ken Holland, I know he's sitting at home watching the game. Got to go, wow, that's pretty good stuff.
Yep.
He put them together.
And Kindle back in the lineup tonight again with the The Red Wings resting Kronwall and Brendan Smith out tonight in this game, number 82. Red Wings with 98 points, trying to get to the century mark. They'd like that. Again, they just need 1 point tonight to clinch third in the Atlantic Division. Ottawa's tremendous run continued this afternoon. Right now, they're third. But the Red Wings with 1 point can displace them. Brought in by Lyles. Played a lot of hockey at the Joe in his time with Michigan State. Shedlitsky moved it ahead. Tapped in there by Yurko. Carrying on. Here's Tatar, and he just missed on the far side. Elm tried to get to it. Yurko settles one back here for Marek Shedlitsky. Quincy for Yurko. As it's sent up and out of play. So another young guy on the way as we look at our Flagstar Bankstar watch. An injury slowed Anthony Mantha this season, but then he started to come on. It's a lot different scoring the American Hockey League at this level than it was in the Quebec League.
You bet.
Where he was racking them up, but he is learning how to score again at this level, and he is determined to be better. He's a hard worker.
Well, as Pulkkinen's finding out here, leading the league in 33 goals, it's one thing to learn how to score goals. It's another thing to learn how to play the game over 200 feet of ice surface. And you have to do that to play in this league.
And that's what Mantha said he's most proud of. He's learning how to do that and play 200 feet. There's a shot. Oh, you know where it was. Pulkkinen thought he slid one past Ward, but unable to. And another one finding it how tough it is to score in NHL.
Johnny Kane with your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers game break. Let's check in on the Canadiens and Maple Leafs. Leafs up 1-0, but not for long as David Descharnais gets the puck and fires it past Jonathan Bernier to tie the game at 1. Those goals 15 seconds apart. Let's send it back out to Ken and Mick.
1 point for Montreal in that game, Johnny, and 1 point here for the Red Wings, and that means the Red Wings and Tampa Bay will meet in the first round, but we'll keep you up to date, and who knows about Pittsburgh, Boston, still to be decided who gets the final spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Eastern Conference. And the Red Wings settle back here. Marchenko with a play for Sheahan. Weiss tried to chip it, didn't get out. Intercepted, knocked down, carried ahead here by Weiss. Long shot into the netting and out of play.
Well, Ken, you're talking about Montreal 1 or Detroit 1. Yeah. The Detroit Red Wings can end up in third if they get a point tonight or better. They can end up in 7th, depending what happens with Pittsburgh over there in Buffalo tonight. Or they could be 8th, depending on all that stuff. So 3 different opponents, potentially 3 different positions for Detroit if they do not get a point here tonight. But they end all that speculation with 1 or 2.
Oh, nearly given away as Kindle tried to go cross ice after he was slashed by Terry after Kindle took him out smartly. Point shot here, and Mrazek will hold on. You know, we always talk about the U.S. Thanksgiving, Mick, and who's in at the U.S. Thanksgiving mark, and few teams fall out when you're in. Pretty much the same story this year. The only teams that have fallen out since U.S. Thanksgiving, Toronto, Los Angeles, they were in the playoffs, U.S. Thanksgiving, they're out now guaranteed, and either Pittsburgh or Boston, one of those two, so 3 will fall out. Those who got in, who were out at U.S. Thanksgiving, Ottawa, Minnesota, and the New York Rangers were the 3 that were out U.S. Thanksgiving who will come in.
Remember the Rangers, because of their building started on the road for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And they got off to a rough start. But boy, have they made up for time in the second half. Holy jumper. But yeah, that's 3 teams is more than normal that come from behind and get into the playoffs.
Stretch pass through and then mishandled by Brad Malone. Ferraro, the goal scorer, got it out. Knocked down by Glendening. Gets it deep and they'll go for a change. Danny Cleary goes up after it. Cleary out with Pulkkinen and Joachim Anderson. who sends it in. Polkinen's got it. Back here for Cleary. To the point to Eriksson. Quick shot into a crowd. And Carolina will chip it out to center, and the Red Wings recover. Eriksson and Kindle, the defense pair tonight. As Kindle takes Kronwall's spot with Jonathan Eriksson. Here's Polkinen following up with Bruins, sending it back to the line. They want to change to Kaiser, and it just skips wide of the goal. Nearly bounced out right in front of the net. Back into Mrazek. Good puck handling netminder. Chose there just to leave it, and that can be just as important. Just teeing it up and knowing when to move and get out of the way.
He is good at handling the puck for the most part.
So is Cam Ward at the other end. Conn Smythe Trophy winner from 06 when Carolina won the Stanley Cup. Made his 500th career game this season, did Ward. Brought back in, and Weiss was checked. And Falk just tipped it out to center ice. Quincy gathered it back in. As he got it back from Shedlitsky. Rim back into the corner. Handling the game tonight with the stripes, TJ Luxmore and Dan O'Rourke are the referees. As Weiss took a shot, that was stopped by Ward. Got it back to the line. Quincy sends a bouncer in. Brett Belmore. Puck's knocked out at center and then knocked back down the ice. No icing there as it was just chipped back down, and J.M. Lyle's going to get it. On the wing for Andrei Nestrashil. 7 goals, 20 points in the season for him. Left Detroit in November on that waiver pickup as mentioned. Carried back in by Helm along with Tatar and Yurko. Yurko playing his first in 6 tonight after missing 5 injured. Saved by Mrazek. Big rebound taken over here by Helm with a long stretch pass. It's a beauty. Tatar's in, and a good recovery there to get him by Falk in front of the goal for Yurko. And Falk able to recover and sending it out to center. The team leader in assists for Carolina, Justin Falk. And ice time. Took the ice away that Tatar had there in the clear.
It was a heck of a pass, I can tell you that.
Yes, it was.
Oh, boy.
Marchenko in for Polkinen. Good move at the line. Then lost control. Sent back in by Alexei Marchenko. His 13th game of the season tonight for him. Played one last year with the Red Wings, did Marchenko. Played at Dallas last season, his only game. Play is called on the offside.
Geez, that was a 3-on-2, full blown.
You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
1-0 Red Wings. Landon Ferraro, the only goal. Hold it right here, guys. Look at this it's a big rebound. I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to tell you he meant to do this, but what a great position by the centerman Darren Helm to come back. Makes a nice move there, and then boom, way up the middle. Let's keep her going right onto that bingo, right on the stick, and a good defensive play prevented a good goal-scoring chance. But what a good position by Darren Helm, who's back at center tonight, and then a beautiful pass leading to Tatar.
Darren Helm, one of 6 Red Wings with a personal best in goals this season with 15. Here's Glendening on a steal back in front. As it was tipped, as Ferraro was looking for another one. Ferraro had 27 this year in his time in Grand Rapids, 24 at even strength and 3 shorties. And no power play time for him, was on a checking line for the most part. In GR, Mrazek tipped it aside. Marchenko got bumped in there by Eric Stahl. Stahl out there along with brother Jordan. Hooked on the play was Elias Lindholm. And his boy, Billy Peters, loading up. Went off a skate of Skinner. Nyquist played one back. Weiss a shot. And that'll be held by Ward.
Hey, fans, get a 2015-16 Red Wings ticket plan for as low as $340 and receive exclusive benefits like the chance to buy playoff ticket plans and priority access to seating locations in the new arena for the 2017-18 season. For tickets, call 313-471-7575 now. Ticket executives are standing by.
Puck bounces out to center and corralled by the Hurricanes. Turning back with it, Alexander Semin. Just 6 goals and 19 points in 56 games in the season for Semin. 3 more years on that deal with Carolina. A lot of time. And an easy save for Mrazek off that Belmore attempt, and your local Toyota dealers brings you the report card on those Wings to play every game this season. And Drew Miller has battled through a lot, hasn't he? To be able to get where he is with that eye injury, but health a lot better situation for Detroit this year than last season.
I said the other night that open net or partial. Wasn't really an open net. It was a very severe angle, but because of the shield and the swelled up eye still, he didn't have a good idea where Carey Price really was with that opportunity, and he racked it off the goalpost at a severe angle, and he was really upset because they went down and scored right behind that.
Yeah.
But his eyesight gave him a problem.
Helm with a shot. Ward made the save. Picked up by Hainsey to center. Poked away smartly by Marchenko, who stood up at center to make the play. Helm got hit. Turning is Hainsey, checked by Polkinen. Went off the glove of Helm and out of play.
Boy, Darren Helm has become a really, really complete hockey player. So valuable. And look at the A on that jersey tonight with Cromwell out of the lineup and Datsuk out of the lineup. He's really, really a valuable member of this hockey club. We had the Roadrunner in Montreal years ago. It was Yvan Cournoyer. And I think we got a new one now, the way he flies. That breakaway the other night, that short-handed goal. Matter of fact, in Montreal, the Roadrunner's alive and well.
And wait till we see Andreas Athanasiou, who's with Grand Rapids, and you see this kid skate. Boy, down the road, if he gets to become a Red Wing regular with Helm, plenty of speed. Speed wins today, doesn't it?
I guess
the
so.
National Hockey League, you can't skate.
Well, there's no
play.
downtime.
Right.
There's no downtime on any shift like the old days. I mean, it's crazy. 100 miles an hour, sometimes going nowhere, but still 100 miles an hour, you better stay up.
Yeah. Polkinen back to the line. Quincy across. Shedlitsky, good play. There's a good save.
You hear that?
Polkinen shot that. The thud of the pads of Ward. Back in here for Gerby. Mrazek deflected over for Helm. Protected the puck. Then knocked away. Here come the Red Wings. Jurko back for Helm. On his backhand. Puts on the brakes. Able to regain control of it to the line. Good keep in here by Kindle. Point shot Eriksson, saved by Cam Ward. In the middle, Tatar was checked by Belmore. Couldn't get a shot away. That's fired in by Jay McClement. Free agent signing last year. Carried back through by Sheahan. He's all alone, though. Red Wings are in the midst of a change. Justin Falk. Hainsey to center. That missed Dwyer going back to get it. 2 former Western Michigan Broncos. As Dwyer just dumped Danny DeKeyser. Not what you're supposed to do. Those from your alma mater?
For old time's sake, yeah.
Maybe.
If brothers can fight in the NHL, alma maters can do the same kind of stuff.
Yeah. You speaking specifically of the Primos?
Well, no, I was thinking of my brother, actually.
Oh, okay.
But the Primos, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple of good Donnybrooks.
Tipped in here by Ferraro, and a bouncer held and moved along by Ward. Mrazek directing traffic. Perfectly onto the stick of Shedlitsky. For Quincy. Then Miller knocked down, so no icing. Cam Ward played it. Ferraro able to block it. Glendening moves up. Checking Lyles. Then Miller forcing Jordan Staal wide. Stayed with them all the way down ice. Freed up here for Jonathan Eriks. 5 seconds to go in the period.
His fourth line's had a good period for Detroit. Miller, Glendening, and Ferraro. He's got the only goal Ferraro does. The only goal of this game, and we finished period number 1 with a 1-0 Red Wing advantage. Shots on goal unofficially 11 apiece here, Ken.
Well, I hope that Ray's got the DVR going at home, because Son Landon is going to guess with our Trevor Thompson. All that coming up, along with Chris Osgood, Darren Elliott, and Johnny Kane.
Go Wings! Go Wings! There you go, look.
America's team in the hockey world draws them from all over the place. Oh yeah, lots of jerseys in the stands tonight here in Carolina. And after that first period, we're going to bring you take a look at our big boys, big play of the game, and it'll be Landon Ferraro. First goal as a National Hockey Leaguer. He hopes the first of many. He and Glendening and Miller had a very good first period. They all played about 5 minutes and a half, which is more time than they normally would play. That would average about 16, 17 minutes.
And Ray Ferraro just tweeted out, just landed in Toronto, to a boatload of texts on Landon's first NHL goal. Haven't seen it yet. Tears poured to my eyes. Hashtag amazing. And you know, his dad Ray played with this organization. He played in Hartford 3 decades ago.
Did you say he just landed in Detroit?
It must be game 82 if you're going there.
He landed in somewhere.
He landed in Toronto. Yes. That's right.
That's good stuff for a hockey family. But that fourth line got, on average, 15 and a half minutes of playing time.
They did. And pretty good in the carrying the play in the shot department. Landed at a couple of shots that period. Glendening had one himself.
And most of the time, they're playing against the Stahl brothers to boot. So that's no easy task on any night with Jordan and Eric.
And that seemed to be the way it was at the Joe, too.
Now, Bill Peters has decided he wants those big boys to go against Riley Shane, but see Mike Babcock put his fourth line on right immediately. He wants Glendening in Jordan Stahl's face.
And that's exactly what he did to start the game. Because the Ferraro line was out, a quick change to Shane, and right back out for Ferraro's line on the change. So, and Bill Peters knows Mike Babcock very well, played for him many years ago, and they're still very good pals. And Mike really was the one who gave Bill the chance to come to the National Hockey League as an assistant under him.
Right, and when you're a coach, sometimes you have to decide, do you want disruption on your bench to try to match, or do you got to say to your players, go play, whoever it is you're playing against, you got to be better than him. And right now, Bill Peters has decided to leave that alone. So he's like, look, Stahl, if you can't outplay Luke Glendening, who's only been 1 year in the league, then you're not Jordan Stahl. That's basically what he's saying.
Jordan Stahl, who played his 600th National Hockey League game this season.
Problem is, they don't know Luke Glendening that well. And he is about as antagonizing as it gets for a fourth-line center or anybody in this game, for that matter.
Well, Jordan's 6'4", Luke Glendening 5'11", and Jordan's got him by about around 20 pounds too. But Luke was that fullback and cornerback in high school in Grand Rapids, that great lower body strength. Here's Golf bringing it in. Golf with a shot off the shaft of the stick of Mrazek, up and out of play. Well, there's so much still to be decided this evening, and what's up for grabs in the game number 82. Will it be Montreal or Tampa to win the Atlantic? And will it be one of those two to meet the Red Wings in the first round? Will it be Pittsburgh or Boston getting in or not? And only 5 of 16 spots are locked, and all 30 teams playing on this day. And 2 teams are out of it. LA beat San Jose 4-1. Ottawa, we told you off the top, beat Philadelphia 3-1. Rangers won again, beating Washington 3-1. Ovechkin scoring another goal. And St. Louis beating Minnesota 4-2. And here's a look right now. Look at the bottom there for the draft lottery. Buffalo has guaranteed either McDavid or Jack Eichel. At the bottom, you see it'll either be Boston or Pittsburgh going into the draft lottery with a 1% chance, but Pittsburgh's pick belongs to Edmonton in the David Perron deal. So if Pittsburgh finishes out, their 1% chance of winning will go to Edmonton, along with their chance they already have being third. Carolina, as Mrazek holds it, will be 5th and be no worse than 6th to pick in the lottery for the Hurricanes.
And the reason you're saying that Buffalo's guaranteed either McDavid or Eichel, if the fans don't know, is if you don't win with 20%, they have the first and best chance, then you automatically go to the second choice, which would be one of the other two best players that everybody thinks this year. So that's the way it goes. If Buffalo doesn't get first pick with their 20%, then they automatically get the second pick behind whoever should win the lottery.
Saved by Mrazek. Kick back. Jordan Staal trying to find it. Kindle knocked it away. Still 20% isn't a great chance.
No.
To win.
I'm looking at the other side, like 80% chance that they're not going to get it.
That's correct.
I mean,
yeah.
And next year it'll be worse than that.
Yes, it will.
They're going to make it less than 20% next year, all because of so-called tanking.
Yeah, chance in front, but they couldn't grab it. Here comes Helm away.
2-on-1.
Helm trying to speed past, and then he got stopped by Hainsey. Elias Lindholm was coming back to help break it up. Save Mrazek there. Good stop.
He got everybody awkwardly off balance on that one.
To the far corner for Cleary. Cleary playing his fourth game the past 7. Ward slowed it down in there. It came loose in front. Back to the line. Eriksson, the shot. Hit a body in front. Backhanded by Anderson. And corralled behind the goal by Semin. Pass in his skates, but he got it under control. Alexander Semin coming in. Back to the point. Semin with 75 points in a Hurricanes uniform the past 135 games. Since signing that big deal when he was basically going at a point per game and then signed a long-term deal.
Well, I said we got a new roadrunner in town. Here he is. 2 nights ago in Montreal. Bang, bang. 3-2 lead. The interception by... Look how far he leaves Subban in his tracks. He can't even get a stick on it. Wasn't even close. And Subban's a good skater. So I think officially, you're the roadrunner, Darren. Way to go, kiddo. The new one. Yvan Cournoyer was the old one, and he was a dandy in Montreal playing with Jean Beliveau. He could fly. Left-hand shot, played the right wing, and he could score goals.
Quincy getting over here. Nyquist able to get one out. Moved ahead by Stephen Weiss. Coming with help is Sheahan. Sheahan picked the pocket of Bellemore out in front of the goal. And cleared away by Carolina. Gerby couldn't get to the puck. Nyquist knocks it out of the air. Gus Nyquist back of the net. Brought it out front himself. Then Sheahan tried to pull it in through his skates. Weiss to the line, and a shot by Zhidlitsky was handled. Good work by Nyquist. To the point, wrist shot into the glove of Ward, who hangs on. Well, we were talking about the lottery and the draft, and congratulations today because the OHL held its draft. So first in the Ontario Hockey League, you're going to hear a lot about the name of David Levin, who was picked first by Sudbury, a kid who has a Latvian dad and a Russian mom and was born in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Wow.
Didn't start playing hockey, David Levin, until the age of 12 years old, and he was the first pick in the Ontario Hockey League draft today, going to Sudbury.
He'd be what, 15, 14, 15?
Yeah, they say this kid is unbelievable. So down the road, we may hear a lot about a kid by the name of David Levin.
Guess what?
On the watch.
There's a guy who's struggling with his health right now in Chicago. Our old friend Stan Mikita. Stan was from Czechoslovakia. Started skating when he was 11 or 12 years old. I'll never forget that story. And look what he became.
Yeah.
One of the greats and a Hall of Famer in this game. And we wish you well, Stan.
Sure do. And Ed Jovanovski didn't start skating until the age of 12. So there are those rare occasions, right?
Incredible.
But Jovanovski's dad, an Olympian in the soccer world, you know, he came from that background. But boy, oh boy.
You know what? It's funny because most athletes in other sports don't or can't skate or skate very little. But all hockey players normally are pretty good at other sports. Yeah. But this is the one sport that a lot of athletes don't have a clue about, you know, because you're skating and all that stuff going on.
De Kaiser held his ground there on Jordan Staal. Back in. And just good opportunity for Terry.
How did he miss that?
Or that was
Missed
Hainsey,
the net.
rather. That was Hainsey. The defenseman was up. Seemed to hurt himself, too. He went into the net. And Mrazek through a
Nice
crowd.
job.
The stalls are right there. Jordan and Eric.
You see, protecting his territory, Mrazek. He got a little edge on him. You got to like that. Your goaltending coach. Get out of my kitchen, boys and girls. I don't want any mess with this stuff going on. Right there, a little slap of the pads, and Mrazek saying, hey, get out of here, you big guys. And here was Hainsey going, oh, he just sailed that thing way up over the net. Unfamiliar situation. Big defenseman like that, chugging in on the right side.
Red Wings, who struggled on the road their past 8 games, just 2-5-1. But they'll start on the road. In the playoffs, either way, and a point tonight. It'll be either Montreal or Tampa Bay for the Red Wings in the first round. Mrazek deflected it away. Eriksson carries to center. His pass for Yurko was knocked down. Knocked away by Brad Malone. Malone was on it twice. Mentioned on Tuesday, his uncle Greg played for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're life and death to get in tonight, along with Boston to get into the playoffs. Tatar. Boston Bruins in Tampa. And Pittsburgh taking on the Sabres in Buffalo.
The only way the Red Wings can finish 7th is if they get nothing out of this game tonight and Pittsburgh gets 2. And in regulation time, ROW.
Poking into the line and a save off Chidlitsky by Cam Ward. Here's Pokonen again. Good pass. It was a hot one. Chidlitsky able to get it in back of the net. Pokonen on it again. Backhanded one off a leg. It was blocked. Nestersill got in front of it. And Malone for Carolina got checked by Cleary, who in turn got checked by Nestersill. Off the center. Chidlitsky couldn't handle it. Clearly in front. And get what he wanted on that. As Mrazek able to hang on. A good chance again for Skinner. It remains 1-0 Red Wings. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tires.
A moment ago, they ripped the puck in from center ice, and watch what Mrazek tries to do. He tries to play everything. Watch him go behind the net. Stick up around the dasher right there, hoping to knock it down. Lots of times he does, but when this puck was kind of bobbled a little bit by Chidlitsky, it turns into a pretty darn good scoring chance, although they flubbed it. Mrazek is back in good position to make that knuckleball save. But boy, he is about as aggressive as a young goaltender can be. Sometimes too much. But boy, I'd rather have him too much than not enough, at least to get her going.
Well, he's just competitive by nature. Theatrical for sure. Red Wings 5th round pick. 141st overall in 2010. Native of the Czech Republic. Ferraro dumped it in with Glendening and Drew Miller. Eriksson using those big skates to hold it in the zone. Pressuring was Kendall, and a break as Eriksson tried to look at Mrazek way out.
You believe this?
I do, because Gerby couldn't get his head up. And Mrazek knew Gerby's head was down because he was being hounded from behind, and it allowed Mrazek to take advantage of it.
Drew Miller's got to get off the ice. He just got hit in the hand with a shot. Well, Mrazek, it turns out, we'll look at this later, he thought he had the right decision, but as it turned out, it wasn't the right decision, although the decision turned out okay.
Drew was looking at his right hand on the bench, but he does have extra padding in front, so he always tries to turn his glove toward the puck, and that additional piece of padding on the front of the hand, or the back of the hand, as the case
When
would
he
be.
blocked a shot or got in the road of a shot, he said, I think he just hit his feet. I'm okay, I'm okay. Yeah, it was a rip. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at that shot. And Ryan Murphy just blasted it. And then, oh, talk about being in no man's land. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. But it worked. That's the bottom line.
Smart play by Shane to drop it back. Erickson followed at center, couldn't go. Here's Elias Lindholm back in for Carolina. And a save off Lyles by Mrazek.
Made that save look easy, didn't he? And it really wasn't that easy. That was nicely set up on a turnover by Carolina.
Mrazek to the far side, around here for Nyquist. Picked up here by Marchenko. Didn't get out. Taken away by Eric Stahl. Put it in down low. Save Mrazek. And he'll take the rebound there. And a good save on Lindholm.
Well, this was a similar play that his countryman made several years ago. Got a penalty for it. Marion Gaborik, Minnesota Wild. And Dominic said, I don't understand why you give me penalty. And here was just a moment ago. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
And remember, Dominik Hasek was Peter Mrazek's hero growing up. We'll get to meet him for the first time that night in Buffalo. Retired Dom Sweater.
Well, the goaltender, boy, I mean, you make a decision, a split-second decision. You look and see what the player's doing, where the puck is, how far does he have to go to get it, how far is it from me, and you go, okay, I'm going for it, I can get there first. Usually that's the bottom line of your bases, and wow, he didn't get there first, but it all worked out.
Quincy gets it down ice, a race forward as Yurko goes along with Falk, who gets there. Round on the near side for Seven, just popped it away, sent back in by Anderson. Approaching the halfway point in this game of game 82 in the season. I think the referees know it's game 82 also. That's a good thing.
Let's hope so. We all got a curfew tonight. Saturday, Major League Baseball on Fox Sports 1 returns with back-to-back American League East showdowns as the Orioles take on the Red Sox, followed by the Yankees squaring off against the Rays. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern on America's home for baseball. Every Saturday, Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
And the Tigers leading the Indians 9-5. Bottom of the ninth in Cleveland. Tigers to go 5-0.
Nice to get off to a good start, eh?
That game's on Fox Sports Detroit Plus right now.
You're playing.
The Red Wings try to add to their one-goal advantage here. Nathan Gerby.
Offside.
That is.
Good
And
call.
ahead of the play was Terry.
Pretty amazing how these linesmen sometimes, 85 feet across the ice with bodies flying by it at 30 miles an hour, and they get it right, most of the time. That was an easy call to make, really, at least from where we were sitting. We're right about the blue line where Mrazek is defending right now. And that was a couple of feet offside. Discipline for Carolina. They're shy of it tonight so far.
Again, the Red Wings with 1 point out of this game tonight. They will clinch third place in the Atlantic Division. Ottawa currently third because of their win this afternoon. Mrazek out to play it. And Ottawa on that great run to finish 23-4-4 as the play is offside. The Ottawa Senators went down the stretch. And when we come back, we'll update you on how the Canadians are doing at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto.
Johnny Kane here with the Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers game break. Back and forth in Toronto tonight. The Habs tied things up early in the second, but Tyler Bozak responds for Toronto. Great feed from James Van Riemsdyk. It's 3-2 Maple Leafs. Good one cooking in Toronto, Ken and Mick.
Tough crowd in Toronto, too. Dion Phaneuf got his 400th career point on Bailey's first NHL goal, and they booed the announcement.
Those people ought to grow up. I'm telling you. Really. They got, you love your team. You got to stick with your team. I mean, it's ridiculous. you know, they booed Larry Murphy mercilessly there, and he came to here, win a couple of cups. I mean, what's the matter with those people?
And I think the treatment Larry got was worse than what Canucks getting. And
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
right.
It was horrible.
Well, I mean, it's one thing, but you know, I don't care whether you're paying money or not. Stick with your team.
Good save, Mrazek, and the rebound taken. That's center Ferraro.
You know, the thing about players, I don't care who they are and who they're playing for. They're given 100% of what they got. They're trying to do their best they are. So blame somebody for putting them in a position where they may not be able to succeed. But players will give their best, as you've seen all over the league in non-playoff teams and stuff like that. They're playing to win every night.
Sheahan brings it in. Loose for Nyquist. And you're right about that, put in a position as Nyquist sends it back in because Dion Phaneuf wasn't asked to be captain. He gave him it, and he probably shouldn't have been.
Right.
That was Ron Wilson and Brian Burke.
Well, you never know.
It's a tough position to be in there.
He could end up a Red Wing. There's a lot of conversation about him in the trade deadline, and I'm sure it's going to heat back up in July after free agency is over.
Tim Hortons brings you the upcoming game schedule, and here's how things would match up just at this moment. But again, still much to be decided. So it's going to be with the Red Wings. If they get a point here tonight, it'll be either Tampa or Montreal. That one remains to be seen. Could be the Rangers.
Well, Montreal's the same way. Montreal needs 1 point in Toronto or more. If they get more, it's fine. 1 point, and they're guaranteed first place. And they get they'll get the number 7 seed.
Boston in Tampa, and again, Pittsburgh in Buffalo as Helm brings it in. Helm with a shot, just glanced wide, and no goals in either of those two games.
No. Well, Pittsburgh, well, they're both playing, so you make it up. Holy joker.
Brought here by Gerby. Off the back of the net. Cleary into the Hurricane zone. Anderson to the net, and a save by Ward. Rebound back for Carolina. And remember, as we said, the Hurricanes and Red Wings, and how the Red Wings got to the great start. As Pulkkinen will shoot one. What else is new? That one was blocked. Remember, heading into the game on Tuesday when the Red Wings beat Carolina, the Red Wings only had one more point than the Hurricanes since the calendar flipped to 2015.
That's why they're in the position they're in. Coming down with 2 games left, and hadn't guaranteed a playoff spot.
Carolina, remember, did not win a game in October. They went 0-6-2 and then went 5-0-1. Took a while for Bill Peters, the former Red Wings assistant, to get his first NHL win. Dwyer turns. Gets pushed to the boards by Kindle. Then Mrazek will skip it around there for Ferraro. Got help from Alexei Marchenko. Called up yesterday from Grand Rapids. Ferraro tying it up. He has the lone goal in this game from Luke Glendening. 48 seconds into the contest. We have 6:25 left now in the second period. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson with you from PNC Arena here in Raleigh. That's Lyles. Well-traveled veteran, former Michigan State Spartan, with a pass out to center. And they called that offside. Didn't have to. Red Wings had control of that puck.
Well, the goaltending job is up for grabs for the playoff for the Red Wings. And Peter Mrazek has a chance tonight to grab the reins. So far, he's been very good.
Kyle Quincy got it to center ice. It was stopped at by Nyquist for Sheahan. Along with Weiss, the forward line for the Red Wings. Sheahan knocked it down. Weiss is with a strong game tonight.
He has. This line's been good too.
Nyquist, back of the net. Forced wide by Ryan Murphy. Nyquist put it back into the corner. Nyquist with 27 goals in the season, looking to get one more. He could match his high of last year. Nyquist knocked that puck down and then knocked away from Skinner. Here comes Helm. But the Red Wings in the midst of a change. So he forces Ward to play it back. Yurko helped knock that puck down. Cleared away by DeKeyser. Back in for Skinner. Hooked a little bit. Offside. With exactly 5 to go in period 2, a 1-0 Red Wings lead. Red Wings in a 1-0 lead here in Carolina, and the Hurricanes, the last team to have the Stanley Cup won and then to miss the playoffs the following season as defending Stanley Cup champions before the Los Angeles Kings this year. The last 2 to do it as the Kings are out. And look at Mickey's Montreal Canadiens from 69-70.
Yeah, you can't hide from it. Yes, we were.
But you were okay that year. You had 27 goals, 54 points. You notice we're leaving out the plus-minus.
They didn't count them in those days. There's the Roadrunner, Cornway at the top of the list. Look at that, 27 goals also. That was my first regular season to play regular, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, you're regular. You're very regular.
First time.
The Oakland University Scouting Report on teams that miss after lifting the cup. Brett Belmore for Patrick Dwyer. Mrazek out to play it again. Tried to go to the corner with it, but it was blocked by Carolina. The line here for Belmore. And off his stick. Puck back in for Malone. Knocked away by Quincy. Ahead for Thomas Tatar. And you know Tatar would love to get a goal here tonight to give him a 30-goal season. Yurko in for Helm. Looks in front and a save by Cam Ward.
Hey, Red Wing fans, it's time for you to get your 2015 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Tickets for round 1, home games 1 and 2 are now on sale. For tickets, call 313-471-7575. Right now, ticket executives are standing by.
And if the Red Wings were to meet the Montreal Canadiens, it would be the first time they beat Montreal since 1978. Here's Ferraro. Tigers winning in Cleveland, so we welcome those of you who are watching the Tigers on Fox Sports Detroit Plus and their victory tonight over the Indians. Not that marvelous start for the Tigers this year. And the Red Wings here in a 1-0 lead. Landon Ferraro, the goal scorer, is first in the NHL. 48 seconds into the game from Luke Glendening. That's all we've had for you. We've had no penalties in this game. Mrazek's been strong. With some good stops. Moved the puck well. The Red Wings without Datsuk and Zetterberg and Kronwall and Smith tonight. On this game, 82. Final game of the regular season as the Red Wings need a point out of this game. Just to update you again, for those just joining us, to guarantee third spot in the Atlantic and a first-round matchup on the road in either Montreal or Tampa to start. Back to the line here for Kendall. Shot went wide of the goal. Sheahan moved in to try to knock that puck away. Gerby's got it. Alexei Marchenko moved up. Carrying on comes Gerby. Dropped it back to Skinner. Oh, and a good save there by Mrazek on the former Calder Trophy winner as Rookie of the Year.
Switch up on the defensive partners. It's now Kindle with Marchenko, not DeKeyser.
Here's Weiss into the glove of Cam Ward.
And as you mentioned, Ken, the folks just joining us, 48 seconds in. Landon Ferraro playing in game number 3 this year. Goes behind the net, tries to center it, hits the defenseman, and it gets the rebound right back to him and stuffs it around off the foot of Cam Ward. That's all she wrote on that one. The only goal scoring of the hockey game, it was Murphy that it bounced off.
Landon Ferraro, born in the summer of '91, he said the Islanders' Christmas party, he believes, was the first time he was ever on skates when his dad was with the New York Islanders before he joined Los Angeles. And Landon says he's a much better skater than his father. He was a 5th-round pick in '82. The Red Wings took Landon 32nd overall in '09. As we say, 407 goals behind Ray now. That went off the skate of Anderson. Here's Stahl with a shot, hit a body in front. As Gordon Stahl let it go. Drop back here for Teemu Pulkkinen. A wrist shot this time, knocked down by Ward, moved away from Cleary. Cleary to the other side, too far for Anderson. Goes and gets it. Lindholm bumps Anderson. Back for Cleary, checked by Murphy. Cleary tying it up along the kick plate, came loose in front of the net. Moved ahead here for Eric Stahl. Long pass to Jordan. Back in front, off the skate, cleared away by Marchand.
Oh my gosh, Eric Stahl standing there looking forward like he couldn't believe it. Did not come through to him. Wide open net. That's offside. And that's the way it's gone for Carolina this year. Jordan smashing the stick, Eric Stahl right there. That puck went right in and was intercepted by Marchenko. Here's Jordan, his brother. Tries to go up the middle, hits Marchenko right there, hits Anderson, and look at Stahl at the top of your screen.
Eric Stahl with 23 goals and 54 points. The team lead, also leads in assists. 30 years old. Game 846 of his career. Has become a much better two-way center. His 9th 20-goal season this year.
First penalty of the game coming up here.
Really?
Yep.
We get one of those penalty-free games in game 82.
Tatar's going to the box.
Well,
Grella, O'Rourke, and Luxmore weren't busy until now. And I guess you could call that one, yeah.
It's hard not to call.
Yeah.
Stick wrapped around him, arm around him as well. You get through 2 or 3 ways you could convict a guy on that play. No defense. Plead guilty. Try to get lesser time.
So the Red Wing penalty killing second half of the season has not been very good. Carolina's power play, 14th in the league. And they win the draw and back to the point, and a shot ripped wide. In behind for Lindholm. Falk has got Rask this side, goes the other way though. And that'll be held as Chris Terry, who had scored against the Red Wings at the Joe. Detroit beat Carolina earlier in the week, or MGM Grand Detroit, second intermission report. Mrazek's been good tonight. Take you around the National Hockey League. And Chris Osgood, Darren Elliott, and Johnny Kane will lead you through second intermission festivities. Back in our studio.
As important as that save was by Mrazek was the fact that he did not give up a rebound.
He's not over anxious. He's steady and playing that strong that way. Shot just wide, and a good stick there. Good quick stick by Eriksson. In there to get it is Eric Stahl. Jonathan Eriksson, like Helm, wearing an A tonight on his sweater. Kronwall out of the lineup. Worked in down low. Mrazek, good stick there. Back to the line for Rask. 5 seconds to go in the period. Shot goes wide. Falk back in front again. One last shot. Mrazek out to stop it. Period is concluded.
It continues. Landon Ferraro show, the only goal of the game. 48 seconds into the first period. And that's all we got to show for the back of the net here after 40 minutes.
Johnny Kane, take it away.
Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the Detroit Red Wings. And by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. We'll check in on another game here. Penguins and Sabres on the ice in Buffalo. Scoreless in the second period. Brandon Sutter lights the lamp with a backhander. It's a Pens up 1-0 in the second intermission. So let's take a look at a couple of games with playoff implications here, fellas. Because things are heating up here, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh needs to win. Buffalo, we've seen it all season long. They may be ranked 30th, but they are tough to play against.
And Boston will for sure be scoreboard watching. They do not hold their destiny in their own hands. Tied at 1 in Tampa Bay.
And Montreal's trying to clinch the division, and they just tied it up 3-3 in Toronto.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, it was just 3-2 Toronto, right? So Montreal, you were saying you thought that Montreal might come back in this one, Ozzy.
Well, they are playing Toronto, and I find it hard to believe that Toronto will be able to hold the lead. They haven't done it all season in a third period. And Montreal playing Carey Price seems like a team that's desperate for that #1 seed.
Yeah, they must be, because they're playing Price. They want to finish with the home ice advantage as long as they can in the postseason. Want to lead the division.
All right, let's get back to our game for a second. We're going to look at the second intermission statistics presented by Priority Health.
Somebody's seeing something that I'm not, because there's a total of 34 hits in this hockey game, 23 by Carolina. I don't see that kind of grinding going on. That's not a very valid number, in my opinion.
And obviously the referees aren't either. They've only called one penalty all evening. Either they're letting things go or they want to get out of Carolina in a hurry.
Well, there might be a combination of some of those things here. Red Wings up 1-0 there. And remember, 1 point tonight assures third place finish in the Atlantic. See if we can finish it off here with 20 more minutes to play. We'll send it back out there. Ken and Mick will have the call of the third period coming up.
One 0 Red Wings lead after 40 minutes of play. Welcome back to Carolina, the home of the Hurricanes. The only goal of the game, Landon Ferraro, 48 seconds into this one. And the Red Wings are looking to get 1 point tonight, and that means they would play either the two guys on the right, Ben Bishop from Tampa Bay or Carey Price from Montreal, depending on what they both do tonight. And if they don't get a point tonight, there's a possibility to play the guy on the left, King Henry Lundqvist, who's just come back from the Rangers after a 2-month respite with lung issues, chest issues, but he's a great one. So those three are the possibilities as we get set for period number 3 here in Raleigh tonight. There's Ferraro. You're looking at the bench, and there's Mrazek, who may get the starting job if the playoffs begin Wednesday or Thursday. He's played well enough tonight to deserve that, and he may just get it if this continues tonight.
Red Wings begin this period on the penalty continuing to Tatar, shorthanded. Carolina in on the power play. Justin Falk takes the shot off the side of the goal.
The light went on.
Red light did go on, but it was not in. Back to the point here for Terry. Terry going after it again on the near boards. Came to the line for Rask. The Falk into the middle and off Eric Stahl, sticking high. And out of play.
They're begging and wishing a little bit, I guess, in this building to turn the light on. Remember, in most buildings, the guys not behind the net anymore. They're up in the stands, and that's a long way away to be trying to find out if pucks are in the net.
They're behind, where was the building we're in? But Boston. They're behind the net in Boston,
yeah,
one of them.
Not many.
That's it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Sometimes in Florida, they would have had to look through plywood. That would have been tough.
How's that?
Remember that when the glass broke and they didn't have any plexiglass and they put up plywood in Florida last year?
That's a visual I can't imagine.
Oh, you don't remember that? Oh, you weren't on the trip.
No, I don't remember that.
Thanks for watching the game, though.
Well,
Mrazek
I couldn't see it for the plywood.
Okay, that's why. All right, then.
Yeah.
In behind over Chris Terry's stick. Penalty over. Tatar out of the box. Over there to get it is Elias Lindholm. Former 5th overall pick in 2013. Put it over here for Eric Stahl. Back in front to him. Mrazek, good stop on Lindholm. Peter Mrazek comes up big there to keep this a 1-0 Red Wings lead.
Holy jumping. What a save that was.
Belmore moved it. Kindle's got it for Detroit. Lead pass through to Riley Shan. Wrist shot off a leg and wide. Belmore couldn't get it. Nyquist does. Nyquist hit hard. Keeps on going.
Oh, he's grabbed. Got away with that. Right in front of the referee, too.
Skinner dumped it ahead. Knocked away. Hand pass called to Kaiser to Weiss.
There's some pretty good work there by number 14, Nyquist, and he got grabbed. And look at this save by Mrazek. Boy, oh boy. This puck came through a mess of players, and there's nobody home in front of the net except McClement. Holy jumping. Wow. That's a good stop again by number 34. He smelled it out pretty good.
Back of the net, chopped at there by Zhidlitsky. Mrazek was alert and careful for it not to come over the net in front as he backed up into the goal. Helm holding it in there. As it was moved by Semin, and then the Red Wings get it to center. Justin Falk on defense with Hainsey. We have a 27 and 65 pairing on their back end, which has been broken up tonight for the Red Wings on theirs. With the changes on the back end with no Smith and Kronwall, and Kindle and Marchenko coming in. Anderson at center. Going after it is Murphy.
Kronwall plays a lot of minutes, and not only that, he plays a lot of hard minutes. He plays against the top lines in the other team, and he kills a lot of penalties. So, boy, having a night off for him is very, very valuable long term.
It was strange seeing the second bus come back in the arena after this morning's skate.
Yeah.
All the Red Wings, Datsuk and the like, and Zetterberg and Kronwall all coming off late. Normally they take the first bus to get back. Their pregame meal and nap. Mrazek well out to stop that shot from Jay McClement. Mrazek was stellar against Carolina in the first meeting of the season when he made 34 saves in the win in here. Having a strong night again tonight. Carolina not going away, though. Miller moved it rink wide for Glendening. Up along with Ferraro, who heads to the front of the net to the line, and a shot. Marchenko loose in front of the goal. Ferraro couldn't find it. Glendening, a backhand, got checked by Hainsey. Back to the line to Kaiser, and a good save by Ward. Another stop by Ward off Marchenko as the Red Wings apply some pressure here. Well, those in the Calder Trophy race for Rookie of the Year, and there are some others who've had fine years, and certainly Eric Ekblad of Florida has to be in the discussion as well. But up front in terms of scoring, Johnny Gaudreau, Philip Forsberg, who was the early favorite halfway through. But Mark Stone, the way he has carried Ottawa of late, 7 goals his past 6 games.
Pretty remarkable.
This afternoon.
Yeah.
He's been just outstanding.
Pretty remarkable. It was Philip Forsberg in the first half, all him.
Yeah.
It was Stone in the second half for sure. And Gaudreau, he, as Mrazek freezes that one, Gaudreau was good, but he's been excellent the second half of the season. He's been solid all year long. But boy, he's got a lot of Patrick Kane in him. He weighs 150 pounds. He's put moves on people like you can't imagine.
And with Yuri Hudler, let's give him some credit too. 76 points to lead Calgary, and with Sean Monahan, what a great line.
Imagine that.
3 of them have
Happy Hudler's having a
terrific,
unbelievable year.
Yeah. And again, Mrazek will just hold on for another face-off there. But again, Ekblad and the season that he has had in Florida can't be overlooked. As an 18-year-old defenseman, the Panthers didn't get in the playoffs, but what a season that Ekblad has had. And those will be all in the conversation for the Calder. Aaron Ekblad, though, just outstanding.
Well, I want to have a big shout-out, Kenny Boy, to all the guys up in Marquette and all the hockey fans, and Doug and his son Jake. Doug Garrow and his son Jake have been on a Red Wing trip.
Mrazek will hold it.
We'll finish that up. As Doug and Jake were in Montreal the other night, they flew home yesterday. They're watching the game on Fox Sports Detroit tonight up in Marquette, and all the gang up there, all those Red Wing fans and hockey fans, we say hello. And Doug played with Jimmy Hiller, same time in Northern University at Michigan up there, one of the great universities in the North Country. Played for Northern up there a long time ago, and he and Hiller were exchanging memories in Montreal. So to Doug and Jake, the young fellow, they had a good trip, and all is well. They saw a nice game in Montreal, and are watching tonight on a Saturday night up in the great town of Marquette, Michigan. Hopefully the weather's breaking for you guys up there. Don't miss a minute of Red Wings play. Start that again, will you? Don't miss a minute of Red Wings playoff coverage during April in the D. Find out the Red Wings' first-round opponent in their quest for the Cup at www.foxsportsdetroit.com. That's all your Red Wings playoff action, only on Fox Sports Detroit.
And let me play off that by saying that the Red Wings will be third if they get 1 point tonight.
Play off. Okay. Holy jumping.
Up through the middle here for Glendening, and a nice feed from DeKeyser. And Miller tried to bust through, stays with it for Landon Ferraro. Glendening couldn't scoop that puck, chased there by Keegan Lowe, Kevin's son. And Kevin was in attendance to see Keegan play his first game the other night when he had 2 fights with Vinny Lecavalier. So he's got 10 penalty minutes from his first NHL game. Here's Tatar. Cuts to the middle, didn't shoot it. Wilhelm, backhand in front, off his skate, loose, and sent high by Kindle. Nearly had another one. Kindle seems to get in the lineup. He puts up some points. Off the side of the goal. Ward trying to find it. He'll hold on. Kindle with 5 goals and 13 points in the season in his 34 games. We'll be back.
Now that's a Red Wing fan. Because if she's an Yzerman fan, she'd have a Tampa Bay jersey on. Talk about MVPs and Hart trophies. That's an Yzerman conversation. Here's the guys. Ovechkin, in my book, probably not. Great year, but hope he's been so good over there, he's equal. Tavares, great year. Dubnyk, unbelievable second half to get Minnesota in the playoffs. What a run. However, Carey Price, I think, has got the votes of most of the people. He's been incredible, and that team doesn't score a lot of goals. Without him, they may not be in the playoffs.
True, but Minnesota without Dubnyk definitely wouldn't be. Look at the way Skinner uses his skates. Make that play coming in across the line. Yurko did a good job to get up to partially block it, and it's kept in by Hainsey. Mrazek blocked it up high. Volleyballed away by the Red Wings. Is coming in on his Falk again, tied up here by Yurko.
Oh boy.
Another penalty.
Who's getting it?
Well, neither goaltender has moved yet.
Wow, no kidding. I don't blame him.
I guess it's Carolina.
I don't blame him. Who's getting it?
Carolina, I believe. Are they not?
Red Wing touched the puck 3
They
times.
had it 3 times.
I know.
Carolina's going to be shorthanded. Bill Peters look on his face. I'll tell you.
I don't blame Mrazek though for not moving.
Me neither.
Geez.
Justin Falk's going.
Okay. Well, you'll see a Red Wing power play here for the first time in a long, long time that won't have a number 13 on it, or a number 40, or a number 55. You had to go back to last year when Datsuk and Zetterberg were both out of the lineup, and maybe Kronwall was just after a penalty kill. But it's been a while. But you're going to see one now. Slashing's a call. I thought it was a retaliation on Quincy, but I thought Quincy was going for his slash.
Watch the way Skinner moves his skates here.
Yeah.
Like Crosby, like he'll do the same thing.
It's a figure skating move.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I can get my hips that far apart anymore to be able to give a. It might be how about a 5 and 6?
Yeah,
we might have 9 and 3.
Right, yeah.
Huh? Jeez. But we're working on it. We're working on it today. Getting ready for the playoffs.
I was there with you.
Olympics are coming in 3 years. We got to go twice a day.
We'll be ready. Red Wing Bell Tire power play. Just over 7 gone in the third. Here's Cleary with some power play time. Kindle and Polkinen and Sheahan and Yurko. Mike Babcock's spreading out the units here.
Be a good time for Yurko to get something. Boy, he could sure use the confidence.
Here he goes with it. Yurko just back from injury. Polkinen got a hold of that puck. Then was checked. Got help from Sheahan. Now it's Cleary. Sheahan picks it up to the line here to Kindle. Slap shot, hit a stick. Cleary over to get it. Kindle broke his stick, has to go to the bench. Came loose. Taken away by big Victor Rask. Swings it wide to Gerby. Gerby, quick shot, and that missed.
It was a dangerous play right there. That was a 2-on-1. A little bit sloppy by the Red Wings. They haven't had that happen to them too much tonight at all.
Back for Nyquist. Weiss, they can't get through. Marek Shidlitsky. For Tatar. He'll turn back. 20 seconds remaining in this Bell Tire power play. Stephen Weiss moved it along. Nyquist went back his way. Weiss has it, patiently waits. Point shot, save made by Ward. That's going to do it for the man advantage. Well, both teams 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Lindholm able to keep it along the boards. Then Ferraro took it away. Chased there by Murphy. Ryan Murphy on Landon Ferraro. And that was out of the reach of Miller. Coming back to make a good defensive play. And the back check was Glendening.
It was.
Eric Stahl shot it in. Mrazek fired around. Murphy there to block it at the right point to the line. And Lowe's shot was blocked. Keegan Lowe. The rookie along with Murphy on defense. Lowe got one up for Jordan Stahl. Brother Aaron. Now Jordan. Miller tries to get his stick free. Back in for Eric Stahl, down low for Lindholm. DeKeyser went down. Lindholm to the point. Lyles looked for a redirect, and he got one, and just wide. Carried out with speed through center. Here comes Nyquist. Shooting one, and up high and held, and no rebound there. Cam Ward holds it. 8 seconds past the halfway point, third period.
Here's today's fun fact, brought to you by Southgate Lincoln. Now let's drive back to 1991. Holy mackerel.
When the Red Wings streak started.
The first President Bush, Duke Blue Devils won the championship this year and back then. Imagine that. Buck 14, double it right about now. Not bad. Population 252 million to 322 million.
You know, man, another similarity there, internet users, 1 million worldwide then. Another similarity is Mickey Redmond didn't use the internet then nor now.
And they don't use it now.
No. Amazing.
Must have been a lot of power failures. We got about 40 million more people.
Think that's what it was?
Yeah.
Off a skate, Nyquist trying to get to it. Weiss for Nyquist. Watched by Lyles. Semin for Carolina. Nyquist back to cover as the play is called on the offside.
Hey fans, get a 2015-16 Red Wings ticket plan for as low as $340. Receive exclusive benefits like the chance to buy playoff ticket plans and priority access to seating locations in the new arena for 2017 and 18. For more info, go to DetroitRedWings.com/new ticket plans.
And we should send out a congratulations to Jack Eichel, who won the Hobey Baker Award, playing for BU, who's playing Providence in the championship tonight. The supremacy of college hockey. Jack Eichel will be either 1 or 2 picked in the draft. And how about Connor McDavid playing for Erie in the Ontario Hockey League playoffs? He's played 7 games. He's got 10 goals and 18 points. 5 of them for Connor came last night, although London was pretty beat up. Have some major injuries.
I mean, he's really taken it to another level, if you can imagine that.
Yeah. Boston leading Providence 3-2 in the second period as of this moment.
I mean, that's why he's going 1. There's no question about it. I saw him play about 3 weeks ago for the Erie Otters, and I go, holy jumper. What a player. And were they something, all those kids with Domi, who's in London and going to be in Arizona next year with the playing for the Canadian team in the Olympics or the juniors? Oh, my goodness gracious. They were good.
Anderson, good play to the line for Quincy. Larry nearly got a stick on it, then tried to bank one in off Ward. 8:15 to go here in the third period. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson, and our Fox Sports Detroit crew with you. Glad you've been with us all this regular season. And this game number 82 will continue on for the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Jeff Skinner didn't get it deep as he was checked by Jonathan Ericsson. Back to get it is Murphy. Off Skinner's skate to center, and Ericsson will pound it back in. Murphy ahead for Victor Rask, the rookie.
It's a hand pass. So that puts a stop to all that. 7:35 to go. We'll tell you, though, that next week the Red Wings are in the playoffs. We don't know who they're playing. We don't know when they're going to be playing. It's probably going to be Thursday. That's the odds-on favorite. And the chances are it's going to be either Tampa Bay or Montreal. We'll tell you that we will have Game 1 of either series here on Fox Sports Detroit for sure. Game 2 we're not sure about because the networks get involved here on the weekend and tell everybody what they want and when they want it. So we may be off then, but we'll have most of that series right here on Fox Sports Detroit in round 1, Red Wings versus whomever.
Whichever games aren't on national on the weekends, we'll have all the rest of it. And maybe weekends too, we don't know.
It's possible because if it's Montreal that we're playing, the national network may leave the Red Wings alone.
Right, because they don't have 2 U.S. markets. Yep. Fired across by Terry. In here for Nestersill to the point to Falk, and Mrazek got a piece. Knocked out of the air, and Yurko's away. Yurko across center wants a change. Moving up is Tatar. The Red Wing goal leader in the season with 29. Nestersill forced by Miller, having to backpedal and then turn is to Kaiser. That help from Marchenko.
It was a great example of why you got to be such a great skater to be a defenseman today.
The line for Lowe. Marchenko is a holding his man. Lindholm was checked, and Keegan Lowe's got it in the behind the net, the trapezoid areas. They jam in there. Kaiser along with Glendening. Taken out by Jordan Staal to the line. Little fake there from Ryan Murphy. Good skating defenseman, put it back to the point for a shot from Lowe. It's blocked. Ferraro trying to catch up to him, looking at him go. And it's going to be offside if touched, but not yet.
Miller touched it. He did touch it, and he should have blown the whistle. Yes.
Although had he touched it, they may have called deliberate and taken it back. That went off Stephen Weiss at center. Eriksson and Kindle on defense. Sheahan is up. He's got it now. Along with Weiss and Nyquist.
Oh, look out. Boy, oh boy. Hit him right in the foot.
Rask turning with it. The rookie from Sweden put it through and then tripped. Another penalty coming as Skinner was dumped.
Wow. This all came out of that play that Detroit tries a lot. Most of the time they're successful at it with a little play at the side of the net. You hit a foot, went to the other team, and the next thing you know, you're taking a penalty. We'll be back. 5:13 to go. Carolina going on the power play.
Johnny Kane here with the studio update. Pens on thin ice in Buffalo, clinging to a 1-zip lead. Brandon Sutter scores for the second time tonight, however. It's Sutter 2, Sabres zip. So what does that all mean? Stick around for Red Wings Live. Darren, Ozzy, and myself will show you how things play out around the East and what it means for the Wings in their 24th consecutive playoff appearance. Back out to Ken and Mick.
Okay, gang, thank you. We're shorthanded here. Kindle in the box. Simple little play. Trying to maintain control. You got three guys back. Let's keep it simple. Sheahan gives it to Kindle. Kindle, though, decides to go right back to Sheahan with this guy standing right here. Hits him in the foot. Right there. Boom. Turnover. Bing. Penalty. Now you're on a penalty kill.
Second power play of the game for the Hurricanes. To the line to Victor Rask. He's at one point. Justin Falk is at the other. Here's Falk, one-timer. Save Mrazek. Rebound cleared. Went off Rask as Quincy backhanded away. Anderson goes to the bench as the Red Wings get a change. Miller comes on. Out there along with Glendening. Eriksson and Alexei Marchenko. Big room on the side. Shot. And that missed the net. Comes across here to Terry back in front. Taken by Lindholm. Falk to Elias Lindholm. Top of the right circle. Miller, good play. Wouldn't let him shoot it. Glendening will go for a change. Victor Rask has it. Rask going to be a good one. The tall centerman. Rask has had a nice season with 33 points. Skinner holds the rookie record for Carolina in points with 63. Here's Calder Trophy year. Off a stick, look out! And it went over the stick of Jordan Staal. Good thing for the Red Wings. He had a wide open net. Murphy shooting one. Mrazek stopped that. With again Jordan Staal right there and cleared.
Wow. Hot stuff, boy.
Time winding down in this man advantage, but brought in by Ryan Murphy. To the line for J.M. Lyles. John Michaels pass across to Skinner and got it back. Murphy for Lyles. Skinner's shot. Lost the handle on it. Penalty over. Kindle out of the box. So Carolina has two power plays go for naught. Ward will leave it under 3 to play. Red Wings need a point out of this game in any way, shape, or form. Saved by Mrazek to secure third place in the Atlantic Division. To go up against either Tampa Bay or Montreal in the opening round. Ottawa has that spot at the moment.
Good block.
That's deflected. Senators guaranteed a playoff spot, just not necessarily third, depending what Detroit does.
Oh boy, a bouncing puck, and Jordan Staal tried to whack it into the open side. It bounced right over his stick. And this guy Murphy, he's been letting rockets go all night long, and it hit Staal. And maybe then went off of the shoulder of Mrazek. No chance to corral that. Hot shot. The 33rd shot on goal for Carolina tonight. I think it's important for this young kiddie core Red Wing team to win the game just because of that. Never mind third place, but because Mrazek's in goal, has played well, could start the playoffs, and you got a very, very young Red Wing squad here. Some of these guys are going to see probably in a Red Wing uniform as quick as next year, if not in the playoffs next week.
Carolina is going to pull their goaltender, so Cam Ward is on the bench. They've called a timeout to set up, and we'll be back in a moment. With 11 minutes left in Toronto, Montreal has taken a 4-3 lead over the Maple Leafs, and if they are reviewing the goal in that game though right now, so not for certain yet. Still could be tied 3-3. However, whoever finishes second, if Detroit gets a point out of here, Detroit will bypass Ottawa. Ottawa will move back. Again, Pittsburgh and Boston still vying for the final playoff spot tonight in their respective games. Boston and Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh and Buffalo. So who knows? Goal was disallowed, so still 3-3 in Toronto as Mrazek very calmly moved that for Helm. Net is empty, and the Carolinas pulled their goaltender. And no icing loose. Anderson scores! Empty net goal, and it's 2-0 Red Wings. That could seal the deal. Ferraro and Anderson, the goal scorers tonight.
Well, guess where this started? And you know what? Well, probably not. Mrazek's not going to get an assist, I don't think. But he's the guy that started the play back in the zone. Slow her down. We'll take a look at it. Puck's going to squirt through here. Now Helm is in good position there, and everybody else in the red jerseys over there. He's just going to dump it. It almost, to me, this should have been an icing.
Yep.
But it doesn't get called, and we've said this many times.
And that's exactly what Eric Staal is questioning
I don't blame him.
The referee about right now. It should have been an icing.
They go some ways sometimes, and they go other ways another time, and that's the biggest argument with this new rule. But nonetheless, it goes the Red Wings' way this time, and the young players again have come forward. Peter Mrazek in goal, 2:19 to go. I won't count my chickens before they hatch, but nonetheless, he has been really, really, look at him now, wandering again.
That's a second goal in 8 games for Anderson. Bouncing puck down ice with Ward back in goal, and wouldn't it be something?
Mrazek might get an assist.
Wouldn't it be something if Landon Ferraro's first National Hockey League goal winds up being the one that helps solidify third place for the Red Wings? While Helm and Tatar gets the other assist. They've given Anderson, Tatar, and Helm. Is how they go here. Well, that's why maybe there was no icing, or so they say, right? So.
Well, it was Tatar then that turned the puck over on the corner. That's why. But Mrazek should have gotten an assist because he started the play and alertly played it to Helm. Didn't just cover it up and hope for a face-off.
Because you don't really want the face-offs in your own zone if you don't have to take them. You're always playing with fire.
Sure are.
When that happens. Out at center as the net is empty again for Carolina. So a chance for 30 for Tatar. Empty net, and he missed it. He's mad at himself. He had a chance at it, though, and you know the Red Wings would love to get it for him. Kenny Holland won't mind. He's already under contract. Brought back in here for Eric Staal. Save, rebound. Oh, Mrazek.
Wow.
Great stop right there by Peter Mrazek. Chipped out to center again. Back in, Semin. To the point. Fault. Loose in front. Good stick check. That was Glendening, I believe, who prevented an open net and a tap in for Carolina. Shot is blocked by Miller. on Falk. Less than a half minute to go in the third period. Blocked by Jonathan Erickson. What a determined effort tonight for the Red Wings. Ferraro just got his head up. It will be offside. So the Red Wings will have an opportunity to clear here. Drew Miller. And he missed the open net. Not quite like Montreal. 10 seconds to go for the Red Wings. As Mrazek will hold on to this one.
Oh,
and
boy.
how about this one, Mick?
What a story.
For Peter Mrazek, his last 5 wins, he will have allowed 1 goal against or none. We're 3.9 seconds away. His last win was a shutout over Tampa Bay, and this would break his personal 3-game losing streak. His last win, he blanked the Lightning. So his last 5 wins, 1 goal against or none for Peter Mrazek. Off the draw, the shot goes high over top of the goal. He's got another shutout, and the Red Wings have themselves another 100-point season. And their 3rd place guaranteed in the Atlantic Division to play either the Montreal Canadiens or the Tampa Bay Lightning on the road. And congratulations to Mike Babcock, 12th time last 13 seasons, excluding the lockout. The Red Wings have 100 points. That says something.
It sure does. Quite a statement, and it was quite a statement by this young team tonight. Led by Mrazek in goal. Unofficially, 35 shots on net for Carolina, and a good bunch of them were quality scoring chances. Mrazek was very active in the net, active out of the net. Had a decision that it might have been a bad decision at the time, but it worked out for him. He came out of the net and had a collision, stopped the puck, gets a shutout. Pretty remarkable stuff. But Detroit again with 100 points. What a season. A lot of question marks the last 5-6 weeks, but Mrazek may have answered one of them here tonight. And we'll find out for sure Wednesday or Thursday next week. But I'd have to say pretty good chance the kid's going to start in the playoffs.
Montreal and Toronto 3-3 in the 3rd. Tampa Bay and Boston tied 1-1. So still to be decided between those two and whom Detroit will meet in the 1st round. But they know it's not the New York Rangers. And Boston and Pittsburgh vying to get in to play at Madison Square Garden to start. So a great night for Peter Mrazek. Shutouts for him, his last 2 wins. And one of those over a team he may meet in the 1st round, Tampa Bay. Let's go to the studios and Johnny Kane.